So I'm new again to the Sudbury area. You know, having been back since end of March and having lived in the Ottawa area for over 15 years, I'm having to rediscover my hometown again. And one of the things that I did to do that was go online and type in things to do in Sudbury, and this website came up, sudburyevents.com. And when I went on that website, I found that there was a lot of information, great information about social things you can do and music activities that you can do. And they even have a discussion forum. That's a great site. But on there, I had discovered these walking trails. There was information about the walking trails and several trails in the Sudbury area. This one is one of them in particular. I'll just show you. So I'm going to be discovering that trail today. Stay along with me. I'll tell you all about the trail and things that I'm thinking of as I'm walking. By the way, this trail, the one that I'm going to be going on, is on across the street from Fielding Memorial Park. Now, in another video that I created a few months back, I did check out the trail that was on the other side of the street in Fielding Memorial Park. It's quite a beautiful trail as well. And you'll see a link to that video here. Very interesting sign. It says, "Some who spy on Bigfoot gasp in horror. But to the sock burglars, he's a friendly monster. Bigfoot is simply a big fur ball measuring roughly 9 feet tall. He is a giant-like and very strong. His footprints are both wide and long." I'm scared already. Anyways, I am on a new trail, Fielding Road. It's on the opposite side of the road, and I can't remember the name of the trail right now. But it goes along the river. It is beautiful. I'm not sure how long it is. It's the first time I'm taking it. I had walked on the other side, Fielding Road Trail, in the spring, and I did put a video up on that. And it's just one of those beautiful Sundays where, among other things, I need to get out and start walking. I shared on a recent video that I think I might be off for an adventure Oh, look at these ducks. Can you see them? I hope you could see them. I hope so. Yeah, I think you can. Now you can again, right? I'm going on a cruise next year, and every time I think of doing the El Camino, I always start walking more. It's a great motivator. Anyways, I did walk about 5 kilometers yesterday, which is about 16 short of what I would be walking when I do the El Camino El Norte. Okay, that's the goal right now. Well, at the very least, I am walking more. And, you know, if you want to set yourself a goal to get out there and walk more, think big. Think really big. Like me, I'm thinking of the El Norte right now, which leaves in Bilbao, Spain, and it's going to bring me to Santiago something. Sorry, the name escapes me right now. It's going to probably take me about 28 days. I thought at first it would take me 7 days, but no. It would take me about 28 days at maybe 15 to 17 kilometers a day. Well, if I don't start walking now, yesterday I did some hills too, which was really helpful. So if I don't start walking now, that goal of doing that next year won't happen. The more I walk, the more I can see myself doing those trails. Take a look at these trails here. It's beautiful. Doesn't that make you want to get outdoors and walk more? Of course it does. Of course it does. So continuing on with my walk, I went to a part of the trail where there was a bridge. It's actually a short overbridge. Under the bridge, of course, is the river. Over the bridge, you can see the highway. Kind of really interesting. And normally, I'm a little nervous when I go over on some bridges, but it didn't bother me this time at all. Probably because it wasn't that high. But this is a really nice trail. You got to be careful, though. Just going to show you a little bit. So you got to be careful because you don't want to trip and fall. You know, I think that's the beauty, and maybe not beauty, of walking in nature, is because you have to be very careful. I remember, now there's a good spot right here. Voila! I remember when I went snowshoeing. Oh, another spot here. I remember, oh, this is kind of cool. Check this out. Oh, there's another little bridge. All right. Going down. I'm just going to stop when I get to this spot here. Hope you could see that. Really nice and scenic. I can see a little dog at the other end there. So I guess I'll just stop here for a few seconds. You know, when you go for a walk, you don't always know where you're going. But that's all part of the adventure, isn't it? Along the way you meet people and you can always ask questions. Very interesting. Speaking of people, I did see people coming up, and I thought I'd ask them, or actually tell them, that this was my first time on this trail, and they were really, really nice. They said this is a gem, and I do believe that. Just going to turn this around again. So when you go down, you have to go up at some point. So this is a gem, and she's mentioned another trail near Ida, close to Brown's Concrete. I'll have to check that out someday. Anyways, I need to get up there. So to finish my story about being careful, I was saying that it was last year I went snowshoeing in a trail that I had walked before, but guess what? It's different. It's winter time. So I didn't see all the little pieces of the stumps of the trees. Although they were small, I didn't see them. And tripped, fell a couple of times. I felt like, oh my God, are you getting old or what? But no, it's because I wasn't really paying attention. Plus, they were covered in snow. I wouldn't have been really able to see them. So when you go out, oh man, I'm just really enjoying the sights here. When you go out in nature, just be careful. I do have my water and my phone, obviously, but that's it. But be careful out there, but have fun. And you can see the name of the trail behind me. I hope it's not upside down. I better turn around and read it just in case it is. It is the Hillfield Trail, and it's part of the Kingsman Sports Complex. It says that it is 2 kilometers long. So that's not so bad. I'll show you again. It is rated as easy to moderate, so those parts that I was going through must have been the moderate part. Most of it was easy. There were a couple of areas where I had to, be a bit more careful. Anyways, it's a beautiful area. I'm going to be turning around in just a second and going back on my way, but I want to show you where it ends in a parking lot. And since I'm not that familiar with this area, I assume that this is part of the Kingsman Sports Complex area. And I think we're in Lively, Ontario. Anyways, I'm off to start again this way. Whoops, this way. So I'm on my way back to the trail, to my parking lot where I parked my car. And I want to just add that this trail isn't necessarily suitable for people who might have mobility issues. It can be quite challenging in some ways. I'm just going to turn this around. So if you have mobility issues, some of these things could be challenging. So maybe not the best trail for you. Now there are a lot of parts that are even and easier, but then you do get to a place where there's a lot of, which is great for me because I want the exercise, but not great for people who might have canes, definitely wheelchairs. You wouldn't be able to do that, or any type of imbalance balancing problem. One thing that's always helpful when you're walking, especially when there are some areas that are not exactly even, is to use walking poles, Nordic poles. Now I didn't bring mine today, but I've got a couple of pairs and I've used them quite often in the past. So if you do have some mobility issues, or if you're not sure, I'm being careful here because I'm just went down some stairs and I'm just going to show you in a second. Just going to turn this around. That's why I wasn't talking much. I just was wanting to be careful. Anyways, if you do have mobility issues, Nordic poles, walking poles are really helpful. And if you want to do a hike and you've got some mobility issues, nothing wrong with asking a companion to join you to help you in some cases with the walk. Bye.